Hey, this is Brown with Simpleman's Comics in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation Investing, and in this video I'm going to tell you about my weekly picks for comics coming out Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017. Starting us off this week, we have Batgirl number 14. This is Summer of Lies Part 1. Batgirl and Nightwing's feelings for each other have always run deep, but is their bond built on more than Bat family loyalty and a long ago childhood crush? When an old villain comes back into Bab's life, she and Dick will have to reopen painful wounds and remember a time they had hoped would remain forgotten. This is an event no Batgirl or Nightwing fan will want to miss. We have a regular Dan Mora cover. There's also a regular price 1-for-1 variant by Joshua Middleton. Next we have Batman the Shadow number 5. The Stag and the Joker have kidnapped the Shadow's greatest allies and are preparing to enter Shambhala. It's Batman and the Shadow's last stand. They don't stop the evil duo before entering Shambhala. It will mean an eternity of darkness and a world ruled by crime. We have 3 different covers for this. There's a regular Riley Rossmo cover, there's a Tim Sale variant, but the whole reason I have this in this video is for the cover C variant by Francesco Mattina, one of my favorite artists, and I really love this cover. Flash number 29. This is part 2 to the negative story arc. What's a rogue to do when the Flash goes bad? Get worse. Operating from behind bars in Iron Heights, the incarcerated rogues graduate from costume crooks to true kingpins of crime, unleashing the new villain known as Shrapnel upon the chaotic and unprotected streets of Central City. We have the regular cover by Carmine Di Giandomenico. There's a fabulous 1-for-1 variant for this by Neil Googe. Mother Panic number 10. Now there is a regular cover for this by Tommy Lee Edwards, but the reason why I have this comic even in this video is if you're a fan of Monstrous from Image Comics, the cover art for the variant for this week is going to be by Monstrous artist Sanaa Takeda. Nightwing the New Order number 1. This is a story of future world without weapons where superpowers have been eliminated and outlawed. The man responsible? None other than Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, now leader of a government task force called the Crusaders, who are charged with hunting the remaining supers. But when events transpire which turn Crusaders aimed towards Grayson's own family, the former Boy Wonder must turn against the very system he helped create, with help from the very people he's been hunting for years, the last metahumans of the DC Universe. There's a regular cover for this by Trevor McCarthy. What I really like about this is there's a regular priced variant for this by Paul Pope, and that's the one I'm going to be picking up. Teen Titans number 11. We have part 3 to the Blood of Manta story arc. Everything comes crashing down when Black Manta reveals his son's true origin, and the shock is almost too much for Jackson the Bear. Meanwhile, the Teen Titans have tracked Black Manta down, but is it too little too late? Will the Teen Titans save their new friend, or make a new enemy? There's a regular Brad Walker Drew Hennessy cover. We also have a 1-for-1 Chad Harden variant for this. Game of Thrones Clash of Kings number 3. Now, unless you're living under a rock right now, Game of Thrones is absolutely huge. It's probably the best season so far on TV. Anyways, this is the adaptation of Song of Ice and Fire Book 2. And in this issue, the Far North, Jon and the men of the Night's Watch prepare themselves for coming winter. But recent events in the war bring troubling news to the North and could shake his oaths. Meanwhile, in King's Landing, Tyrion must play a calculated game of intrigue to establish himself as the king's hand, but his sister Cersei, the Queen Regent, openly dismayed by the news of the appointment, sets herself against her young brother, and the two lines of the Lannister family clash. There's going to have 5 different covers going for it. There's a regular Mike Miller cover, there's a Mel Ruby subscription cover, there's a Mike Miller black and white cover, there's a Mel Ruby black and white cover, but the issue that I would get if you can get your hands on is the Mike Miller Virgin variant for this. It's an incentive. It's priced around $12 to $15. A lot of places online are already sold out of it, but if that's what you can pick up, make sure you do. Hard Place number 1 is a new series from Image Comics. After 5 years in prison, AJ Gurney, a legendary woman in Detroit, has decided it's time to go straight. He returns home to work in his father's garage and disappear into anonymity. But during a visit to the bank, AJ is recognized by 2 violent bank robbers, and they demand AJ be their getaway driver. To ensure his compliance, they take a young female hostage. Unfortunately, she happens to be the daughter of a Russian crime lord. AJ now finds himself pursued by a bitter police department and hunted by every asset of the Russian mob. Without a doubt, he's in a very hard place. This comic's going to ship with 4 different covers. We have a regular Brian Stelfreeze cover. There's a Nick Rumble variant. There's also an incentive Brian Stelfreeze sketch cover, and a Jonathan Hickman month variant. Redneck number 5. What started as an innocent night in the town has led to this moment. With Sulphur Springs in flames, will the Bowman family withstand its destruction? Now, this has got to be one of my favorite comics to read from Image right now. I love Donny Cates' writing on this, so I'm going to continue to pick this up. Shirtless Bear-Fighter number 3. The mighty Shirtless is in the clutches of Fuzzy Wipe CEO Jackson Logger. It's up to rogue FBI agent Susie Silva to bust him out. Don't miss bear brawls, golden toilets, and betrayal in this issue of Shirtless Bear-Fighter. This comic's also going to ship with 4 different covers. There's a regular Andrew Robinson cover. There's a regular price variant by Sheldon Vella. There's also a regular price variant by Jacob Chabot. But one I like on this is the incentive Andrew Robinson variant cover. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe again, number 4. In this issue, Gwenpool, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Guardians, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur all die. There's a regular cover for this by Dave Johnson. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Declan Shelby. Edge of Venomverse number 5. Deadpool bonds with the Venom Symbiote, and they try to save a hospital full of innocent people who've been infected with the dangerous mind-controlling parasite. We have a regular cover by Francesco Mattina. There's also a 1-for-1 regular price variant by Ron Lim. Generations Unworthy Thor and Mighty Thor number 1. When a battle goes south, Thor finds herself in ancient Egypt facing a young Odinson. A misguided party of Vikings is bitten off more than they can spear. But when the Prince of Asgard answers their cries for help, he ends up in a fight no axe alone can win, and the apocalypse is not one for mercy. Can a not yet worthy god and a time-lost hero take on one of the world's most powerful mutants in the height of its empire? And what does their encounter mean for the future of 2 Thors? This comic ships with 6 different covers. There's a regular cover. There's an Olivier Coipel variant. There's a Dale Keown Marvel vs. Capcom variant. There's an incentive Jack Kirby 100th Anniversary variant. There's also an incentive Daz Pastores variant. And there's an incentive Alex Ross Connecting variant for this. Spectacular Spider-Man number 3. Spider-Man and the Human Torch are following a trail of terrifying tech, and the tale takes them to Wilson Fisk. The former kingpin of crime is still quite a force to be reckoned with, but what is his connection to all of this? We have a regular cover by Adam Kubert. There's also an incentive variant by Mark Bagley. Secret Empire number 9. This comic's going to ship with 5 different covers this week. We have the regular Mark Brooks cover. There's a Andrea Sorrentino Hydra Hero variant. There's also the Dan Mora Villain variant. We have a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And we have the incentive J. Scott Campbell Connecting variant for this. Weapon X number 7. The Hunt for Weapon H Part 1. Weapon H, a terrifying combination of Hulk and Wolverine's DNA, is the deadliest experiment to ever come out of the Weapon X program, and they've officially lost control of him. Old Man Logan, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Warpath, and Domino race to find the Weapon H. But what happens if he loses control before they can find him? If you haven't been reading Weapon X, I advise you to start doing so. It's only 7 issues in. This is one of the few stories I've enjoyed reading from Marvel. Plus, the cover on this is absolutely fantastic. It's by artist Ibraim Robinson. So for the cover and the story and the fact that there's not 15 different other covers for this, which is rare from Marvel, I'm going to make this my pick of the week. Last Hunt number 1. This comes from Amigo Comics. A routine run to the dry wasteland known as Earth goes bad when the cargo ship Ragzon breaks down. But that's nothing compared to the nightmare its crew faces when they help out a trio of scientists on their last legs. Jim Henson's Power of the Dark Crystal number 6. After being separated by the Chamberlain who is in pursuit of the Shard, Kensho and Therma reunite under a common goal. We have a regular cover by Mike Huddleston. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Sanaa Takeda. Sisters of Sorrow number 2. In the wake of the sisters' first public action, the women decide to target 3 additional men before the LAPD has a chance to mount a counteroffensive. This is going to ship with the covers A and B, which are going to be filled randomly. Spec or not, I'm a huge fan of Kurt Sutter, who's writing this, so I continue to pick this up. Heathen number 5. This has been a fantastic read. It comes from Vault Comics. In this issue, once again, Adis finds herself alone. Now she must journey to the elusive place known as Heimdall, the living gateway to the land of the gods. To get there, she must brave the treacherous waters of the Northern Sea, but hiring a ship proves trickier than she imagined. So those are my picks for new comic books releasing Wednesday, August 23rd, 2017. As I always say, if you feel like there's titles I might have left out, please comment and let me know. Also comment and let me know what books you guys are picking up. If you guys like this video, please click that thumbs up button because it always helps. And as always, if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Brian with Simpleman's Comics in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation and Investing. And I'll see you guys next week.